So let's continue to look at how the feedback system on this is going to look. So we have the derivative of the VCO output phase, and it was defined based on the convolution of the error, this wave with the error, and the transfer function of our system. We're going to simplify this a little bit. We're going to see that we have a bunch of constants out here. And so we're going to define a constant k that's based on all the VCO properties. So the amplitude and the linearity constant. And that's going to reduce this down to ak. So the derivative of the output phase, VCO output phase, is some constants that are multiplying by this convolution definition. So now, looking at the system, right, we see we have a input sinusoid, and we have a VCO output sinusoid. We're going to take those, and based on your system, right, this could look different, but you're going to extract the phase from these and do some kind of phase comparison. You can do this using multiplication, summation. There's a variety of ways, but somehow you will extract those phases so that you can find the error in these two. So you're going to find the phase error, which we've defined as the difference between the input phase and the output phase. And do recall still, right, this input phase is based off of some omega naught and some other psi, right? So we just cleverly rewrote our input signal so that it contains the same VCO free running frequency, and that would make these two things easier to compare, the input and output phase. So we compare the input and output phase, and this is in how most control systems work. It's a summation here. And then this phase difference would become a sinusoid. Right, we saw that it was a sinusoid. It passes through, right, our loop transfer function, our loop filter, and it gives some output. And that output is the input to our VCO device, which acts as an integrator, where it integrates this output and gives you this output phase. Okay, so let's simplify this a little bit, and we'll just cut out those phase extraction parts and just consider this part where we have some input phase, some VCO output phase, and then the error, or the difference between them. The difference between those two is related to the frequency, as we discussed in the introduction. So let's continue looking at this in the next video.